RavendomRewards.com for more details.
It is the most important game of the season for Bowling Green here on this Sunday afternoon. Riley Edwards and Matthew Hargrove. Here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network, Bowling Green came into this series knowing if they had a series sweep, they could clinch themselves the second half of the South Division here in the South Atlantic League, and they have set themselves up perfectly here today. We know how tough it can be to have a 6-game series sweep, but Bowling Green has done the hardest part, winning the first 5 games, and now their playoff hopes to clinch here at home rest today here at Bowling Green Ballpark. And we couldn't be more happy to have you along with us. Matthew, this has been quite the series. We've seen so many great things from these teams, and Bowling Green has just been a little bit better each night. Can they do it one more time?
Yeah, this is so much fun. It's unbelievable that we're here. You know, we even talked about on the broadcast yesterday how it seemed like when we got to the beginning of the series, Bowling Green, as good as they've been for the second half, there was just a very slight chance they were going to really sweep the Greenville drive, especially with the way that Greenville has been playing. But here we go. Brody Hopkins is on the mound, and you get the feeling that he's due to have a big start. And, man, what an opportunity this would be if, when he is due, a chance to clinch a playoff spot.
Well, and really, to his standards, it was not the start that he was hoping for to begin this series. But now Hopkins back on the mound for a chance at redemption this week. The first pitch to Justin Reamer comes high and in, makes contact with Reamer. And it will put him down at first base at the first pitch of the game. 1:10 p.m. Central Time is official first pitch. And it ends with a hit by pitch to Reamer, who walks down to first base. It'll be Justin Reamer, Natalie Taylor, and Will Turner who will bat third today for the Greenville Drive. So Nellie Taylor had the first home run of his high A career last night in the top of the 8th inning, which tied the game 2-2. It's the first pitch. This is high and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes, but that's where the bullpen had its issues for Greenville last night, let up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning and helped Bowling Green secure a 6-2 victory on Saturday. Here's the 1-0. Misses outside. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Absolutely perfect day for baseball. And what a great view it is for us up here in the press box right now, because this morning it was all clouds, but it is cleared up and it is the perfect weather for baseball. It's a 2-0 pitch. Lands on the low and away corner from Hopkins, and he finds the strike zone for the first time today. Two-one. Catches a low and away corner again, and it evens it up 2-2. So your home plate umpire this afternoon, Evan Anderson, which means Shin Koshizawa is in the field for this Sunday finale. Time is called at home plate by Taylor. Doesn't even move out of the box, though. Just needed a few extra seconds as Hopkins sets up on the first base side. Here comes a 2-2. This is lifted in the air towards left center field, but right at Noah Myers, who hunkers down and makes a catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the right fielder, Will Turner. Here comes the first pitch. Misses below the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Next, a pickoff attempt towards first, and Reamer just beats the tag to the first base bag. There's the first disengagement of this at-bat for Hopkins.
Well, you have to wonder in a series where the Drive have had a lot of trouble manufacturing runs that maybe they're going to be really aggressive on the base pass.
This pitch is clobbered in the air into center field, but in the range of Homer Bush Jr., who's underneath it in left center and puts it away for out number 2. That'll send Reamer back to first base, and there's 2 away. Runner on first for the cleanup hitter Brian Gonzalez. Gonzalez this season a .258 hitter as he steps into the right-handed batter's box. 18 home runs. Taps on plate, waves his bat towards center. Hopkins is set on the mound, and here comes the first offering. Reamer takes off, pitch in the zone, throw down from James, tag applied, they didn't get him. So there's a steal by Reamer, and there's a runner in scoring position for Greenville here at the top of the first inning.
Well, a strong throw by Cameron James, but it was just a tick high. Hunter Haas had to catch it on his left shoulder and bring it all the way down to the base, and Reamer was just able to get under it, maybe a little bit lower into the chest, and they got him.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses low and away. Nice backhanded snag by James behind the dish. Reamer scurries back to the second base bag, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Gonzalez. The 1-1 misses low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 outs, runner on second base. No score, top of the first inning. Hopkins ready. 2-1 offering. Check swing, and he went around. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Got him swinging, and Gonzalez goes down on strikes. As Hopkins gets through a scoreless top of the first inning, so a much better start than we saw the first time around, trying to give Bowling Green a leg up to secure a second-half victory here in the South Division. It's scoreless. We go to the bottom of the first inning right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey Hot Rods fans, the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Rafael Valenzuela, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
We're back here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Bottom of the first inning coming up, and the right-hander Yordani Monegro is on the mound. One of the top 30 prospects for this Red Sox organization deals the first pitch. Barrios lines this to left center field, but it's in range for Earhart in left, who makes a catch for out number 1. Riley Edwards sitting right next to my partner Matthew Hargrove here on this Sunday afternoon. Perfect day for a matinee and also maybe a playoff clincher for Bowling Green.
Yeah, it's still wild that we have the chance to say that, but the way they've been playing this week, there is a legitimate shot that they're going to be able to clinch a spot this afternoon.
First pitch to Homer Bush Jr. misses high and in, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch to Bush is at the low and away corner. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Apologies for the weird noises. I'm dealing with a bit of a runny nose right now.
A little congestion.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Wave and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You don't sound like it, though. Sounds good.
Yeah, probably because I've already blown my nose 3 times in the first inning. So, we're keeping it out of there. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Misses above the zone. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I say that because I'm pretty sure I heard the Kleenex hit my mic earlier. So.
Hey, I guess it happens. And now it does.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Monegro. This is fouled off to the backstop, and Homer Bush continues to fight. He had his second home run with Bowling Green just last night. A solo homer was very important for the Hot Rods. Ended up giving them a 2-1 lead until Nelly Taylor hit a solo homer in the top of the second, but the Bowling Green offense responded in that 8th inning as the 2-2 is waved on and missed, and Bush goes down on strikes. So first 2 are away for Monegro here in the bottom of the first inning, and it brings up Colton Ledbetter. Good to see him back in the lineup after he had to leave. Fouled the ball off his front leg a couple of nights ago. We've seen that happen a few times over the last couple of series, so we know it's probably still a little tender, but good to see him back in the lineup. Here's a pitch. Ledbetter watches it on the outside corner for strike number 1. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, no score between Bowling Green and Greenville. The 0-1. Fastball misses high and away at 90. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a 1-1. Lands on the low and away corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ledbetter. The 1-2. This, I believe, hits the top of his helmet. He's holding his hand, though, so you have to wonder if that ended up hitting the bat in some sort for Ledbetter. And now, Ruben Santiago and Rafi Valenzuela are checking him out outside the left-handed batter's box. Boy, scary when you have to see someone duck like that to try to get out of the way.
Well, it's just been a rough week for Colton Ledbetter. He fouled a pitch off his front knee, and later on in the at-bat, this was a couple of days ago, got a single to right field and was hobbling down to the first base bag. He was taken out of the game, and now this right here.
Well, that was the same at bat where he fouled it off his knee and then hobbled down to first base. I mean, it has been tough. But Ledbetter with the helmet back on, the home plate umpire Evan Anderson called it a foul ball, and so Ledbetter will pick the bat back up.
Yeah, I totally missed that off the first view. I definitely thought that it got his helmet.
I think it was just the sound. I think he dipped down. I think the hand stayed up a little bit, which, hey, when you're trying to get your head out of the way, I mean, you can't really blame anybody for leaving something up there. But I think that must have hit the knob of his bat, maybe some of his finger, which is why he was getting checked out. But good to see him still in there. So here comes another 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out swinging. So Monegro, 2 Ks in the first inning, and we head scoreless into the top of the second when we return. Matinee baseball here at Bowling Green Ballpark, right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now. Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans, play daily games, and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is Cooper Kitty, and this is your home for Bowling Green Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
So Brody Hopkins back to the bump for Bowling Green here in the top of the second inning. It's scoreless so far. Hopkins hit the first batter of the pitch, but worked scorelessly through the top of the first, and he gets another chance here today. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove with you. The last regular season home game of the season. I mean, it is crazy that we're even talking about that. Time just continues to speed by, but Bowling Green hoping that they can bring at least one more, if not two more, home games here to Bowling Green Ballpark in the postseason.
Yeah, it's been a great year all around for Bowling Green, and was really tough in the first half when they finished just a game or two back of the Rome Emperors.
First pitch of the inning to Zach Earhart. Misses above the zone of the fastball at 94, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
But the impressive part about this team in the second half is they've had a lot of turnover. Braden Taylor, Xavier Isaac, two top 5 prospects moving up to Double-A.
The 1-0 is fouled off. Very end of the bat for Earhart on an 89-mile-per-hour pitch, and it evens it up 1-1.
They even lost Trey Morgan, who was hitting almost 400. And with all those losses, they still continue to get a lot of wins.
Here's the 1-1. Lands on the low and away corner, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And, you know, we were both at Hickory last week, and I think it's not a long shot to say that was a struggle against the Crawdads. A lot of guys had left the week before. It was, I mean, really a very different looking lineup than it was just a few weeks ago. Here's the 1-2. Earhart flies this one to shallow center. Coming in is Homer Bush Jr. Hit in the right center alley. He puts it away for out number 1.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I still think the Friday night game when Gianti Turner had pretty much the game-winning triple in the top of the 9th inning, that was the biggest game of the year. Just gave you confidence, got you back in that series.
First pitch to Hudson White. Misses just outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. But I think at the same time, they come home and they really buckle up and try to get through this series. And it has worked out for the best so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss. And that's 1-1. Because you and I had the conversation on the way back. Okay, series sweep clinches the playoffs for Bowling Green, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. The conversation as the 1-1 pitch, it's waved on and miss, makes it 1-2, was, okay, series sweep gets it done, but more than likely Bowling Green going to try to have to see if they can clinch during the Greensboro series next week.
Oh, 100%. And we were just saying, and we've been saying it all week long, if they can just find a way to split this series, go into Greensboro with some kind of lead, then they will be good. More than a 1-game lead.
The 1-2. Fouled off on the first base side, keeps it 1-2, and at the same time, you know, you've gotten to this point where you can clinch with a win today, but in the grand scheme of things, you can't be mad about winning 5 games out of a 6-game series. But at the same time, these guys are amped up. They want to do it here at home. The 1-2. This is lifted in the air towards right center field. Homer Bush slowly walking and makes a catch for out number 2.
Yeah, it would just be, everybody wants to clinch in front of the hometown fans, especially. It would be really special on the final home regular season game of the year. And also, too, they want to do it. You get all day to celebrate. You get the day off tomorrow. So there's a lot of time to, celebrate before you have to refocus.
First pitch misses inside of Miguel Uguedo. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the backstop, makes it 1-1. Yeah, you do get an off day tomorrow, but the bus does leave for the airport at 8 a.m. So
I guess that could be a little bit more of a relaxed.
You've got to be in good enough shape to make it to the bus. The 1-1 is fouled off to the backstop, and it's 1-2.
I guess it's just it would be better than having a game the next day again.
Oh yeah, and trust me,
but you're right.
If it happens, they're going to celebrate. Honestly, they should just have a sleepover in the clubhouse if that happens.
Yeah. There's got to be enough room.
Hey, everyone's got a locker at the least. You can lean in there. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Uguedo fouls it off on the first base side, far enough away from James to drop down, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And it's got to be really tough for Drive fans because there was a serious thought about possibly going back-to-back this year.
The 1-2 misses low and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Especially with the second half that they have played. I mean, they have been tremendous in this second half. And we just, every night when Bowling Green was going on that tear and winning a ton of games in July and early on in August.
Here comes a 2-2. This one bounces to the backstop, and it's a full count now on Miguel Uguedo.
I mean, Bowling Green would win 4 in a row, 3 in a row, and have a ton of wins, and we would always be like, okay, now is the night where Greenville's got to lose. And they just continued to fight, and Greenville stuck with Bowling Green all the way up until the series.
3-2. Chopping ball, third base side, and it bends foul, so it stays full on Uguedo. Hopkins continues to work. Here's a 3-2. Check swing. Called it home plate by Evan Anderson. And an Atmos Energy bringing the gas. Strikeout for Brody Hopkins ends his second inning. He's through 2 scoreless, and it's scoreless overall here at Bowling Green Ballpark. We'll be back at the bottom of the second right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Couchins Insurance Group in Bowling Green if Auto Owners make sense for you.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, Hiller! You'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. Hiller! When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out, Hiller!
This is Hunter Haas, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Welcome back to Bowling Green Ballpark. It's a scoreless game here in the bottom of the second inning. Yordani Monegro continues to throw for the Greenville Drive, and this has been one of the series that's been the strongest in terms of starting pitching for Greenville. They've gotten off to great starts. It's been the bullpen that has led up the game-winning runs to Bowling Green for the most part in this series, and you kind of expect nothing less from Monegro here today.
No, it's been a great start. Lively fastball in the first.
First pitch misses high and into Matt Corvath.
And we've seen some big arms from this Drive rotation for the entire week. Blake Wehunt was really good too.
Next pitch, low and inside corner to Horvath, and it's 0-2.
And then,
or 1-1, excuse me.
And then Elmer Rodriguez yesterday probably had one of the more impressive arms that we've seen this season.
Horvath takes a pitch on the low and away corner, makes it 1-2. Yeah, no, it's been great overall. And even last night with Rodriguez on the mound, I mean, that was an impressive start. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This is popped up, first base line, he gets out of play. I mean, he was a right-hander that was sitting 97, 98 last night for the most part. Made it strong through his innings, and even later into that game, Bowling Green didn't really secure that game till the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the 1-2. Horvath takes it high and away, evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I thought what made him really deceptive is he has such a quick release, and he would throw that fastball, and then it seemed like he had the same arm motion on a breaking pitch.
Here's the 2-2. This is above the letters, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's all about where you can pick up the ball in a pitcher's movement to home plate. That's why some of these guys that are dominant, you hear it's about the deception. A guy like Chris Sale, for example. Yes, a lefty with a weird arm motion, kind of hard to pick up, but there's a big sign for him, the 3-2. This is lifted in the air towards shallow left center. Coming in is Taylor. He's underneath it and makes a catch for out number 1. But for a guy like Chris Sale, when you actually watch his motion, when he's winding up, the ball goes behind his back. You can actually see it on the other side of his back, and then it whips around and comes out like a normal pitcher does. But that is really hard when you can only see that ball just before it leaves the pitcher's hand. It is not an easy thing to pick up. First pitch to Noah Myers is chopped foul on the first base side. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Monegro starts his windup in the 0-1. Myers takes it high and away at 95. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Myers has been a very serviceable bat in his time with Bowling Green. Hasn't been the longest, joining the second week of that 2-week road trip in Asheville. But so far hitting 246 as the pitch misses high. Monegro thought if he stepped off there, the pitch clock was going to reset, so he basically stepped off, planted right back down, and threw the pitch immediately. Did you see that?
I did.
I thought he was just going to take the violation. 2-1. This is popped up, staying on the infield. Second base side, Reamer calling off everybody for it. Thought Gonzalez was about to fight him for it on the first base side. They're trying to run in for out number 3, but that is certainly only out number 2. And the bases will stay empty here in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, I think Reamer was a little confused. Gonzalez started running towards the first base bag, and I think Reamer saw that and thought he was running straight for the dugout. But it seemed like Gonzalez was really wanting to make that catch. I mean, Reamer was right under, and it was almost like he was kind of pushing him for it.
First pitch to Jones misses too high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I could hear them talking to each other from up here. And they were just both screaming, I got it.
Reamer was right under it. And yeah.
Here comes the 1-0. Wave and a miss. Good bender that time for Monegro. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the second, and no score between the Drive and the Hot Rods. Monegro. Road gray uniforms, knee-high pants with red socks, the 1-1. Misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Will we see Brock Jones end his tenure in the regular season at home here in 2024 with a record-setting home run? 2-1. Trying to check his swing. They go down the first base line, and he did go around. So that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a big question. Haven't seen him homer since August 13th, which for Brock standards is a pretty long time. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This is above the zone, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch to Jones. Hard hit grounder, second base side. Reamer picks it up in shallow right. The throw goes to Monegro at first, but it goes towards the catcher. So Jones will be safe at first.
Yeah, that was a really tough play. Reamer had to field that one in shallow right field, and Monegro wasn't able to get at first base. It would have been bang play. Really tough play. They do give the air on Reamer, but Bowling Green now with a 2-out base runner.
So Jones is at first base, 2 away. Scoreless game, bottom of the second. First pitch comes inside and gets Cameron James right in the ribs. Man, that is a tough one. And James just trying to keep moving and walking off as he takes off the protective gear.
Ooh, you could, the whole ballpark, you could hear the whole ballpark groan as that hit him.
That was a fastball that squared him up. When the guys are trying to get out of the way, and you kind of see the arch of the back trying to get out of the way, and when it hits you, and it hurts.
95 on the radar gun that time.
Here's Hunter Haas with a pair of runners on as Haas dribbles one third base side. This one gets through into left field. Jones comes around to score. James gets to third. It's a 1-0 Hot Rods lead here on this Sunday afternoon. Juan Montero at third base just had it skip through into left. And it's a 1-0 Bowling Green lead with runners on the corners. And Raudelis Martinez coming up to the dish.
Well, he ended up taking the bad hop on that ground ball, and he also tried to field it to the side, and it just hit off the end of his glove. Took a weird angle because it was able to also get behind Ravello, the shortstop, who was there on the backup. So, Bowling Green, they don't even have a hit in this inning, and here we go, 1-0.
Pickoff attempt towards first, and Haas is in safely, so 2 away. Runners are on the corners. In the pitch, Martinez takes a fastball inside at 95. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball misses too high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners on the corners, and now there will be a meeting on the mounds. It will be the assistant pitching coach / developmental coach Alex Reynolds who comes out instead of the original or typical meeting from Bob Kipper. Reynolds will have a chat on the mound between Monegro, Juan Montero from third base, and Hudson White.
This has just been the series that Greenville has put together. The defense has just not been good enough. Offense hasn't been there. 2 errors and a walk with 2 outs in the inning. It just cannot happen.
So meeting on the mound is over. Monegro stays in. Runners on the corners with 1 more out to get here in this inning. The 2-0. Martinez trying to check his swing, but he went around, according to home plate umpire Evan Anderson. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one as a chopper down the first base line makes it 2-2. So Martinez, just a pair of hits in his Hot Rods career so far, but they have been big ones for Bowling Green. Had one back in Hickory, and ended up getting one last night with the bases loaded for the Hot Rods, and then big bottom of the 8th. 2-2 is popped up behind the dish. White has no clue where it went, but goes out of play. Runner takes off from first, and it's a line drive back into the netting. Keeps it 2-2 on Martinez, who just tries to extend the inning. 1-0 Bowling Green in charge here early. Bottom of the 2nd on this Sunday afternoon. Here's the pitch. Misses high and away. Haas tries to go to second. He's getting in a pickle. The shortstop Ravello throws home. James slides in, but he's tagged and caught at the plate, and that is how the bottom of the 2nd inning will end. So Martinez had a long at-bat, but he'll end up back up there in the bottom of the 3rd. And Bowling Green takes a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the 3rd inning right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is JJ Goss, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Welcome back to Bowling Green Ballpark, top of the 3rd inning, and a 1-run lead for Bowling Green. Scored a run on 1 hit and 1 error. One play did get overturned, the play for Brock Jones at first base, where it was a tough ground ball to shallow right field. The second baseman Reamer made a throw to first where Monegro was trying to cover. It got past him, but it is going to be a single, and now it is a 1-0 Bowling Green lead as Luis Ravello will lead off. Here comes the pitch. This is a slow hopper towards the third base side. Picked up by Horvath. Stepping to throw to first. Martinez couldn't keep his foot on the bag. That is the 2nd time Martinez has been called with that this week. And just a lot of looks over the field umpire Evan Anderson, or excuse me, Shinko Shizawa. So Ravello will reach with the infield single, and it brings up Montero. First pitch to Juan Montero misses outside at 91 from Hopkins, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. This is inside to Montero, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Hopkins comes set. The 2-0 pitch. This is popped up first base side and fades out of play. It's 2-1. Shallow right, sprinting in is Ledbetter. He's underneath it and right on top of the foul line makes the catch for out number 1. So that'll keep Ravello at first base and send us back to the top of the lineup with Justin Reamer. It is about that time for a Houchins Insurance Group scoreboard update, though. We'll take you around the major leagues. Always start with the parent club, the Tampa Bay Rays. Them and the Padres at the Trop today, scoreless in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch. Reamer takes down the low and inside corner for strike 1. It's a 1-0 lead for the Red Sox over the Tigers in Detroit in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jarren Duran with an RBI base hit. And is the difference so far. 3-3 tie right now in Cincinnati between the Brewers and the Reds at the bottom of the 9th. The next pitch is on the inside corner to Reamer. He calls his timeout. Keeps it no balls and 2 strikes. 4-1, the Cubs lead the Nationals in the middle of the 5th inning. Isaac Paredes with a 2-run single. 5-2, the Cardinals are beating the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th. Pirates and Guardians, top of the 6th inning, 3-0. Guardians are in the lead. The 0-2. Misses low and inside, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And all I will say is for Alex Cobb, no runs, no hits, no walks. Through 5 complete innings. Make it 5 2/3 now. Kyle Manzardo, former Bowling Green Hot Rod, also with his first Major League home run as Reamer takes a pitch on the low and inside corner. It's a backwards K for Brody Hopkins. So 2 away, keeps a runner at first base. And it brings up the 2-hitter Nelly Taylor. There's no score between the Royals and the Astros in the middle of the 3rd inning in Houston. Blue Jays lead the Twins 1-0 in the top of the 3rd in Minnesota. First pitch to Taylor. This is lifted high in the air to left field. Going back is Myers on the warning track. He makes a catch just in front of the wall for out number 3. To finish out your scores, though, 1-0. Mets lead the White Sox at the top of the 4th. 1-0. Rangers lead the Athletics in the bottom of the 1st, and then a few games to come up later tonight. Orioles and Rockies, Marlins and Giants, Mariners and Angels, and Braves and Phillies finish out your schedule. That'll do it for the top of the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Colton Ledbetter, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
So after an extremely long at-bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning, Raudelis Martinez gets to go back to the plate because of some attempted trickery on the base paths. Hunter Haas trying to get in a rundown between 1st and 2nd, but the throw from Luis Ravello at shortstop came home, got Cameron James trying to score the 2nd run of the inning, And we stay 1-0 here in the home half of the third. Hot Rods with another chance. And Riley Edwards and Matthew Hargrove still up here in the booth. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. I mean,
you're going to be up here by yourself for a second here soon.
Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta go down and do the thing.
The first pitch to Martinez misses outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Yes, it is Dunk the Staff, and I was so graciously picked today. Here's the 1-0. Lands on the outside corner. It's 1-1. No one in particular really picked me. It was more or less. I didn't know what the question was, and I said, "What are we talking about?" And they said, "Oh, it's you." The 1-1 misses inside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike, and that's just how it happens.
It's kind of a who's left. I feel like they've done
we have
pretty much the whole staff.
Here's a 2-1. This is lifted high in the air to right center field. Going over is Taylor, and in the right center alley, he makes a catch for out number 1. I know the last time we were at home, it was our GM Kyle Wolves.
Yeah, I was about to say, even the GM got picked for you, which it's a little bit harder. You're up here doing the game.
Yeah, they only picked I don't know, the biggest game of the season so far.
Nice job, guys.
First pitch to Barrios. This is popped up, shallow right. It's a second baseman, Reamer, who once again calls off Gonzalez with his heels on the outfield grass, and it is down for out number 2. I don't know if this means anything, but I do see Jeremy Wu-Yelland running down the right field line right now for the Greenville drive. I have to think Monegro has not pitched in this series yet, but sitting at 42 pitches right now, you'd think he'd have quite a bit of time left. Maybe he was just migrating from the dugout to the right field bullpen. It's a first pitch to Homer Bush, misses inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
I don't know if you noticed it, but I want to say it was the first or second game of the series.
The pitch. Hard grounder, third base side, and once again it skips past Montero at third. Bush will sprint around second. He's coming to third. The throw comes in. The slide is safe. And Homer Bush Jr. has a 2-out triple.
Well, that's the second tough play for Montero in this game, and you can tell he was beating himself up. He had his hands on his knees as that he saw that ball going down to the left field corner. And Homer Bush Jr., that's the second time that on some making contact he's been able to make it to third in this series.
Well, the first one I think he had a better chance at. This one was hit hard from Homer Bush Jr., and it just skipped down that third base line. But it is a triple, second of the season in Bowling Green for Homer Bush Jr. Now there's a runner 90 feet away from scoring with Colton Ledbetter at the plate. Here's the pitch. Lands on the inside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Monegro comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one misses outside, makes it 1-1. So 2 outs, runner on third. Defense is relaxed, not trying to cut down a run at home plate. Just trying to find that final out of the inning. Here's the pitch. This is waved on and missed. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled off on the third base side, and it gets out of play. It's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ledbetter waves and misses. He's down on strikes for the second time today. And the Extra run is left on third base. It's 1-0 Hot Rods. We move to the fourth inning right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Winning just got closer.
Top of the fourth inning we go from Bowling Green Ballpark, and the Hot Rods have a 1-0 lead over the Greenville Drive. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday finale of this 6-game series between your Hot Rods and the Greenville Drive, as Bowling Green goes for both the series sweep, and if they win today, they will clinch a spot in the 2024 South Atlantic League playoffs. Brody Hopkins returns to the rubber. He's set up on the first base side, and leading off this inning for the Drive, batting from the left-handed batter's box, is the outfielder Will Turner. Wears a white arm sleeve underneath his gray Drive uniform. Hopkins out of the windup. He spins and pulls the trigger. Turner takes a fastball up and out, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. So due up offensively in this inning for the Drive, you have 3, 4, and 5, almost the meat of this Greenville offense. It's obviously Turner right now. Brian Gonzalez waiting in the on-deck circle, and then Zach Earhart is waiting on the top step of the first base dugout in the hole. Open stance for Turner. Hopkins peeks over his glove and fires to the plate. A fastball that misses away at 95 miles per hour. And quickly, Turner in a really good spot at 2 balls and no strikes. Turner is 0 for 1. He flew out to center. That was back in the first. 2-0 on the way as a check swing doesn't matter. A beautiful sinker at 91 on the radar gun. Still a good spot, though, for Turner. He's ahead at 2 balls and a strike. Hopkins working quickly. And the kick and the pitch. Hard on the ground, right side. Almost a diving stop by Hunter Haas, but it goes right underneath them and into right field for a base hit. Ledbetter with a soft throw back into the infield to keep Turner at first. And just like that, leadoff man is on for Greenville. And also Turner represents the tying run. That is just the second hit of the ball game for this offense. And it brings up the power hitter, Brian Gonzalez. Open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Righty versus righty in this matchup. Working out of the stretch now is Hopkins. He goes to the plate. Fastball that zips right by Gonzalez, but it missed just off the plate. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball looks really good out of the hand this afternoon for Brody. 95-96 on the radar gun. He has had that for really his entire professional career. 1-0, a check swing, doesn't matter. Nasty slider that slithered to the outer black. It's 1-1. Overcast sky on this Sunday afternoon in downtown Bowling Green, Kentucky. There was a lot of rain about an hour or two before first pitch. Pickoff move over to first, but Turner's able to slide back safely. But there was a ton of rain, and there's been hints of rain throughout the entire weekend. We've been pretty lucky, and so far lucky for this afternoon because it looked bad. 1-1, there goes the runner. Hard line drive into left field for a base hit. Turner sprinting around second, heading for third. Here's the throw by Myers. It's late as Turner slides head first into the third base bag. And here comes the Drive offense. Back-to-back base hits, have runners on the corners, and still nobody out. That was an absolute rocket off the bat of Brian Gonzalez, who still A reminder, coming into this game is just one home run away from having the franchise home run record for the Greenville Drive. Here's now Zach Earhart. Looks up and down his all-natural grain bat and digs into the very back chalk line of the right-handed batter's box. Hopkins still working out of the stretch. Now the catapult from the right-hander. Earhart watches one in the dirt. Nice backhanded stop by the catcher, James. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Bowling Green still up 1-0 on Greenville here in the top of the fourth, but that lead is being threatened right now. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Hopkins throws and misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Hopkins has really struggled over his last 2 outings. The first one of the 2 was back against the Hickory Crawdads, but that was a really weird start for Hopkins because he was terrific for the first 2 innings. Now the 2-0. This is upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. And now 1 more ball out of the zone thrown from Hopkins. The bases are going to be loaded. But the first 2 innings, he was spectacular, and then that's when Hickory really got to him. 3-0 on the way now from Hopkins. Earhart takes all the way. It's ball 4. It slips underneath the glove of James, and he corrals it before Turner's able to think about making a move to the plate. Started to roll towards the first base dugout, and James, lightning quick, was able to pounce on top of it. Nevertheless, the bases are now juiced for Greenville. Time is called, and the pitching coach for Bowling Green, Jim Paddock, walks out to the bump to have a conversation with Hopkins. 1-0, Hot Rods over the Drive here in the top of the 4th inning. Bowling Green this season sitting at 38-18 on the second half, 74-48. We talked about how this Bowling Green franchise has been one of the best in baseball. And remember talking about how Hudson Valley, when Bowling Green played the Renegades in Hudson Valley, that was a part of that long road trip that they went on during the month of May. But there was a stat on the Renegades game notes where it talked about how Hudson Valley and Bowling Green has, out of the top 5 teams in winning percentage in minor league baseball, Bowling Green and Hudson Valley is in that category. Meeting on the mound's over with. First pitch to White. It's in and out of the glove of James. Rolls to the backstop, and a run comes in to score. So directly after the meeting on a mound, a wild pitch, or actually it's a pass ball on James. It was low and inside to Hudson White. Possibly hit off the palm, and it just rolled directly to the Hot Rods on deck circle down that third base line. So we're tied 1-1. Now runners on second and third. Infield playing in. Next offering to White, misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. But Hudson Valley and Bowling Green were in that conversation for those 2 teams having some of the best win percentage throughout any minor league team in history. 2-0. Is slapped foul into the backstop padding. Makes it 2 balls and a strike. It would be a ton of fun if Bowling Green and Hudson Valley is able to square off in the championship series. Potentially, obviously, Bowling Green still has to win a game, and Hudson Valley still has to battle against Jersey Shore. They came into this afternoon 2 games up on the Blue Claws. Now the 2-1 from Brody Hopkins. Fastball that belts the bottom line of the strike zone, and it's 2-2. Hopkins desperately needs a punch out right now. White is 0 for 1. He flew out to Bush Jr. in center field. That was back in the second. Batting after him is Uguedo, who has a strikeout this afternoon. 2-2. Called strike 3 in the outer zone. Keeps runners at second and third. And there's the first big out of this top of the 4th. He got it done with the fastball. It was placed perfectly on the outside corner. That brings up Miguel Uguedo. Mentioned he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. Uguedo skies this one to deep right center field. Moving into the gap is the right fielder Ledbetter. He sizes up, makes the catch. Both runners tag. The throw goes to third. It's late, And actually, the runner moving up into third, Earhart, he almost slid clear across the bag, and at the last second had to inch his left foot on the very back of the bag before Horvath could place the tag on him, but he was able to do so and able to score from third is Gonzalez. And Greenville now has a 2-1 lead over Bowling Green. It's a sac fly for Uguedo, and here's Luis Ravello. Infield moves back with 2 outs in the inning. Now, if Hopkins is able to get out here on Ravello and just keep Greenville to 2 runs, that'll be really a success. First pitch is laced in the left center field gap. That gets down for a base hit. Possibly spoke too soon there as a run scores from third. Ravello stays at first base, and that increases the drive lead 3-1. Big inning for the drive. Here's the 9-hole hitter, Juan Montero. First pitch swinging. He was late on a 99-mile-per-hour fastball by Hopkins. It's 0-1. Have to think there was a little bit of frustration behind that fastball. One of the hardest heaters that we have seen thrown from him, not just in this game, but for the entire time that he's been with Bowling Green. We know he has that in the tank, but it's not like he's consistently going 99 miles per hour. 0-1. Montero takes it high and in. 98 on the radar gun. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. No wind, another hot afternoon as well, but because of the forecast earlier, it's cooled things down just a tad. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider down in the dirt. Backhanded by the catcher, James. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the drive third baseman. He has really struggled defensively in this game so far. A chance to pick things up with a big swing here. Wears all pink batting gloves to go with a natural grain bat. 1-2 by Hopkins is fouled just barely into the backstop netting. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. This afternoon, Montero's 0 for 1. Flew out to right field. That led off the third inning. Open stance, crouches down. Another 1-2 on the way. Just misses in. That was almost a perfect pitch. A pitcher's pitch from Hopkins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Driver also now out hitting the Hot Rods 4-2. Now the delivery after the long set. Hard on the ground, played on 1 hop by the shortstop Barrios. He takes it himself to the second base bag for the force out, and that puts it into the top of the 4th. So Bowling Green going to have to come back once again. They're down 3-1 to the drive as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Alex Cook. Let's get you back to the action on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
We have made it to the bottom of the 4th inning from Bowling Green Ballpark. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday finale between the Greenville Drive and the Bowling Green Hot Rods. And now the offense for Bowling Green has a lot on their hands. 3-1 drive, able to score 3 runs in the top of the 4th. So 3-1 lead over Bowling Green, where Donnie Monegro returns to the rubber, throwing from the right side. But a really tough start to this inning because it's 4, 5, and 6. Leading off is the third baseman, Matt Horvath. He has an open stance from the right-handed batter's box. And the first pitch by Monegro. Horvath swings and fouls it hard into the backstop netting. Nevertheless, it begins the at-bat and no balls and a strike. So Horvath, over the course of 2 teams this season with the Aberdeen Ironbirds and now the Hot Rods, a .229 batting average, 12 home runs, and 56 RBIs as the 0-1 just misses high. A breaking pitch at 83 on the radar gun. It's 1-1. Over the last week, Horvath has clobbered 3 home runs, playing some of the best baseball he has in a Hot Rods uniform. Monegro set up on the third base side of the rubber. He twirls and pulls the trigger, misses low and away. Went to a cutter at 88 on the radar gun. It's 2 balls and a strike. Over just 1 at-bat so far, Horvath is 0 for 1. He flew out to deep center field. That was back in the 2nd. Another pitch on the way from Monegro. Horvath clobbers it out of play just behind Tome, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Monegro wears all-white cleats to go with high red socks. Also along with his all-gray Greenville uniform, a tan and red glove. Horvath rests a natural grain bat above his right shoulder. 2-2 on the way as a tapper foul towards the end of the third base coaching box. So Horvath stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Horvath played his college ball in North Carolina. Was able to almost go home last week in that series with the Hickory Crawdads. He gets back in the box. Another 2-2 try from the right-hander. Swing and a miss. Horvath all kinds of confused and out in front on that breaking pitch by Monegro. And there's the first out at the bottom of the 4th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Monegro, going back to the 3rd inning. And here's the outfielder Noah Myers. Open stance with stirrups in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch, a fastball that tags the outside corner for strike 1. Noah Myers has been so impressive with his patience during a member of Bowling Green. He's already had a handful of games as the 0-1. Low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. It feels like he's had a handful of games where he's reaching base a ton of the time, or the majority of the time, by just working walks. He's a very patient hitter, has a very smooth swing. Now the 1-1. Myers slaps this one on the ground to the second baseman Reamer. He gobbles it up, throws it into the chest to the first baseman Gonzalez. And quickly 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Brock Jones. Jones had a great start to the month of August. Really the first 3 weeks, he was arguably the best hitter in the lineup. Now over the last week, he's cooled off. He's now down to a .230 batting average. Monegro working out of the windup. Here's the first pitch. Jones barrels this one foul. Deep down the right field line, headed for the carousel. That was a deep one down that right field line. But he pulled it too much, and it's 0-1. It's got to be the worst feeling in the world if you're a hitter. You hit it that far, but foul. Now the 0-1. In the dirt, backhanded by the catcher, White, but there's nobody on base. Just makes the count at a ball and a strike. Still an overcast afternoon here at Bowling Green Ballpark for the final regular season home game of the season. Hot Rod's hoping they can have another home game, which it would mean they make the playoffs. 1-1 towards the back foot of Jones. Great take for the designated hitter. It's 2 balls and a strike. Jones has all baby blue cleats to go with a baby blue top, navy blue sleeves underneath the jersey. 2-1. Jones takes a slider, pretty pitch. That backdoored him for strike 2. Infield shifted to the right side. The shortstop Ravello playing up the middle, while the third baseman Montero is in the hole between short and third. So if Jones gets one down the third base line, it's easily going to be extra bases. Monegro needs 1 more strike to get out of this inning. looking for his third zero of the contest. 2-2, wave and a miss for strike three. Jordani Monegro gets the Hot Rods 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth now. Still a 3-1 lead for Greenville over Bowling Green. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Brody Hopkins looking for a bounce-back inning here in the top of the fifth. Greenville up 3-1 on Bowling Green from Bowling Green Ballpark. Sunday finale of this six-game series between the two top teams in the second half South Division standings. Justin Reamer is leading off, so the top of the lineup going up against Hopkins. Here in the top of the fifth, it'll be Justin Reamer, Nellie Taylor, and Will Turner. Reamer's looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. He was hit by a pitch to lead off the game and then had a backdoor punch out in the third. First offering by Hopkins, and Reamer takes a fastball that charges inside. It's called a strike and 0-1. Reamer at 247, no homers and 3 RBIs. Hopkins the pitch, and Reamer takes it at the bottom of the strike zone, 0-2. 94-mile-per-hour sinker that time from Hopkins, which you could see that he was really frustrated after giving up 3 runs in the top of the fourth. But towards the end of that inning, after he'd already given up those 3 runs, he was working quicker. Here he goes, the 0-2, and rolls a slider to the backstop. It's 1-2. But you could see the frustration coming out on the mound as far as his velocity. He was consistently 98, 99. 1-2. Just misses the top line of the K zone, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reamer played his college ball at Wright State, and now getting to play his pro ball with the Boston Red Sox organization. 2-2 on the way from Hopkins. A tapper, left side, fielded at the chest by the third baseman Horvath. He fires sidearm across the diamond for out number 1. So Horvath continues to look smooth over there at the third base bag, and it brings up the red-hot Nellie Taylor. Playing in just his first week at the high A level, but he has hit the ball really solid. First pitch to him, Taylor batting out of the left side. He takes a sinker low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Drive have a 3-1 lead over the Hot Rods here in the top of the 5th inning. Hopkins fires, misses low, 2-0 now. Apparently, Nellie Taylor was really impressive at basketball in high school. Had some offers to play in college. 2-0 on the way. Upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. But obviously, we see him here playing for the Greenville Drive. Decided not to do that because he thought that his future was in baseball. Pretty good decision so far. 3-0, it sails to the backstop. Hit off the top of Cameron James's glove, but it doesn't matter. 4-pitch walk for Nellie Taylor. And the Drive have another base runner on. First time that Taylor has been on base this afternoon, and it brings up Will Turner. But Turner's going to face somebody out of the Hot Rods bullpen. Rafi Valenzuela, the manager for Bowling Green, walks out to the mound, takes the ball away from Hopkins. And that is it for the righty. Everything was good except for that top of the fourth inning. Fastball looked really good, and at the very least, he keeps the Hot Rods in this game. TJ Fontaine will be on the rubber when we return. Still 3-1 drive over the Hot Rods. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Colton Ledbetter, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by the Mint Gaming Hall. Bowling Green, a proud partner of the Hot Rods. Located just minutes away near the mall, the Mint features an elevated gaming experience, entertainment, the post-time race, and sports lounge, and more. Check out themintgaming.com for more details. We're still in the top of the fifth inning, 3-1 lead for the drive over the Hot Rods, and TJ Fontaine is out of the bullpen on the bump. First pitch that he throws to Will Turner. He pulled it a little too much, a 91-mile-per-hour fastball that missed towards the back chalk line in the right-handed batter's box. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Nellie Taylor is at first base, and there's 1 out in the inning. Fontaine out of the stretch, pickoff move to first, but Taylor read it really well and is able to slide back safely into the corner of the first base bag. Drive up to 4 hits, Hot Rods up to 2, and Fontaine is coming in for Brody Hopkins. The pitch to Turner, high bouncer to the second baseman Haas, flipped to second for 1, on to first, and he's out. 4-6-3 double play, another impressive stretch over there at first by Martinez. And how about it, Fontaine comes into the game, just a couple of pitches, and the inning is over. Drive still up 3-1 on the Hot Rods. We head to the bottom of the fifth from Bowling Green Ballpark. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, big fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the post-time race and sports lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Johnny Cuevas, and it's time for Hot Rods Baseball on Hot Rods Baseball Network.
We are officially halfway through at Bowling Green Ballpark, and the Greenville Drive have a 3-1 advantage over the Bowling Green Hot Rods. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Matthew Hargrove here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network. Your Donnie Monegro has been terrific as a starter this afternoon for the Drive. He's back out there on the bump. Right now sits at 64 pitches, and for the majority of the time, he's been in the strike zone. Out of the 64 throws that he has tossed this afternoon, 40 of them have been strikes, but now he sits at a 2.70 ERA. He's really had a terrific season for this Greenville rotation. Cameron James is leading off. The catcher digs into the very back of the right-handed batter's box. Monegro set up on the third base side of the rubber. He spins and fires. James with a check swing. It's down to the dirt. Field umpire Evan Anderson says safe just behind the first base bag. So it's 1 ball and no strikes for the former Mississippi State Bulldog. Bulldogs got a really nice win yesterday as college football began yesterday afternoon. Now the 1-0. James has to pull his hands in to avoid a fastball inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Or it didn't begin yesterday, but the brunt of it was pretty much week 1 yesterday. But it feels so good. Playoff baseball's around the corner. Football's starting. Perfect time to be a not just an American, but a human being, in my opinion. Monegro taking his time on the rubber. James up to 4 homers, 15 RBIs, and a .212 batting average. Kicking the pitch. A nasty breaking ball, but it stays in. 3 balls and no strikes. It would do wonders if Bowling Green is able to get the leadoff man on. Now the 3-0. James takes all the way in a fastball that pummels the low and outside corner for strike 1. James has a navy blue Evo shield protecting his left elbow as he takes a fastball low, and there's ball 4. Leadoff walk for the catcher, and now that brings up the potential tying run to the right-handed batter's box in Hunter Haas. Already the second time also that Cameron James has reached base. He was pummeled by a 95-mile-per-hour fastball in the ribs. The first time that he was up in the second inning, so now there's a walk. Really hasn't had to swing the bat today. Haas is in the right side. First pitch shows bunt, and he does a 360 out of the batter's box to avoid a fastball up and in. Whew, that will wake you up. That one got on him in a hurry, especially when you're bunting and you're crouched and trying to get your face pretty close to the baseball. So it's 1-0 for the second baseman. Now the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Now for Haas, he came up with runners on second and first back in the second inning. Had a chopper right to the third baseman Montero, but he made an error. It went into left field and a run scored. 1-1, the slide step from Monegro, but he misses high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Despite going 0 for 3 with a ton of strikeouts yesterday, Haas has a hit in 7 of his last 11 games. Pickoff move to first, but James is able to get back standing safely on the bag. Haas is batting 196 homers, 41 RBIs, wears a navy blue sleeve underneath his baby blue Hot Rods uniform. 2-1 on the way, and Haas takes it high. 3 balls and 1 strike. And now your Donnie Monegro, who has been doing a really nice job of staying in the strike zone. Seems like he's starting to lose his command. That walk to Cameron James was just his first in the game. 3-1. Haas takes it high. Back-to-back walks for the Bowling Green offense here in the bottom of the 5th. And now Hudson White, the catcher, calls time, and we're also going to get a official meeting on the mound from this Greenville Drive defense. So now that is also the second time that Hunter Haas has reached base this afternoon. And it brings up Rodelis Martinez. Martinez has just had a couple of hits over the 2 weeks that he's played for Bowling Green. The batting average isn't even at 100, which you can't really look at the batting average when somebody has only played 2 weeks, but it seems like Martinez is waiting, and these Hot Rods fans are waiting for Martinez to have maybe his signature moment in a Hot Rods uniform, especially when it seems like every single person has had one this year in what has been a special year in Bowling Green. And this could be it if Martinez is able to fire one into the gap, or better yet, and Hot Rods fans would love this, he hits one over the wall. A home run would give Bowling Green the lead. Meeting on the mound's over with. So second and first, nobody out. 3-1 lead for the Drive over the Hot Rods in the bottom of the fifth, but there's nobody out. The Drive keep Monegro in there, working out of the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Martinez clobbers it on a line, right field. Going back is the right fielder. He snags it at the warning track. Cameron James stops at second. He was about halfway between second and third because he thought, you have to imagine that this ball was going to get down or actually get over the wall. So James plays it safe, and there's a loud out number one. One of the better swings that we have seen, without a doubt, by Rodelis Martinez, though. Back to the top of the lineup, here's Gregory Barrios. Takes a slider high, but it's in the zone for strike one. Still 3-1 Drive over the Hot Rods in the bottom of the fifth. Middle infield and double play depth. Corners are even with the backs. Monegro leans in for the side. He has it set on his right hip. Fires to the plate. Barrios skies this one, another opportunity in right field. It's caught in the corner. James is tagging from second. Here comes the throw. It's cut off by the shortstop Ravello as James slides safely into the third base bag. So there's the second out, but a productive one, as it now moves James 90 feet away from scoring. Now this might be the guy that you one up if you're a Hot Rods fan. Homer Bush Jr. is the next batter for Bowling Green. And I say that because yesterday he was the hero. Part of that 6-2 win. Had a solo home run in the bottom of the sixth inning that put Bowling Green up 2-0, and then had pretty much the game-winning hit, an RBI single that put Bowling Green up 3-2 in the bottom of the eighth. First offering to Bush Jr., and he leaves it high for ball one. Bush Jr. has a wide stance, crouches down, white arm sleeve underneath his jersey, black and natural grain bat, and baby blue cleats. Monegro comes set, looks over at first, heaves the 1-0. Bush Jr. lines this one, but right into the chest to the second baseman Reamer for the third and final out. So Bowling Green leaves two on the base pass. Disappointing ending, but they're starting to get to Monegro. We head to the top of the sixth, still a 3-1 lead for Greenville over Bowling Green. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is Jeff Hakinson. Let's get you back to the action on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
TJ Fontaine returns to the rubber for the Bowling Green Hot Rods. It's a 3-1 lead for the Greenville Drive over the Bowling Green Hot Rods. To start the top of the sixth inning from Bowling Green Ballpark, still a partly cloudy afternoon, but the rain is held off and it has turned into a really nice ball game so far, which a lot of the games in this series, it seems like for the first 5 or 6, it's really tight, and then something dramatic happens around really the 6th or 9th inning. So could be a massive potential late inning again for Bowling Green. TJ Fontaine fires a fastball low and inside to Brian Gonzalez, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Gonzalez roped a single back in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2, flew out to center back in the 1st. Fontaine has high navy blue socks to go with his baby blue uniform. 1-0, Gonzalez pounds it foul just over the first base dugout, and that evens the at-bat at a ball and a strike. Since Gonzalez is a big boy batting from the right side, the infield is shifted to the left side. Hunter Haas, the second baseman, playing up the middle. The shortstop and third baseman in their normal spots. 1-1 is just pelted into the dirt. A changeup that you have to imagine slipped out of the hand of the left-hander Fontaine. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield playing back, Noah Myers, the left fielder, is about 5 feet in front of the warning track. 2-1 out of the stretch. Gonzalez laces it to center field. It stays up too high for Homer Bush Jr. to snag it at the chest, and there's out number 1. It's now time for a Houchens Insurance Group scoreboard update, a look around the South Atlantic League as everybody wraps up their 6-game series going into the final series next week of the 2024 season. Zach Earhart is the next batter from the right side, swings and misses at the first pitch. 92 on the radar gun, makes it 0-1. 3-1 lead for the drive over the Hot Rods in the top of the 6th inning. Infield stays stationary, playing Earhart like they did Gonzalez on the left side. 0-1, there's a strike, high and inside. Earhart thought it was a ball as he lifted his elbows high above his helmet to try to avoid it. So 0-2, and the first score will give you heading into the 8th inning. The Hudson Valley Renegades have a 6-2 lead over the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. Very important scores. The 0-2, Earhart pops it up, drifting foul out of play just behind the first base dugout. And he stays alive at no balls and 2 strikes. But very important because Hudson Valley, if they hold on to win this afternoon, that means that's 2 wins in a row, and they will go back over the Blue Claws by 3 games going into that final week. 0-2 is a check swing. Great take by Earhart. He almost went after the bait on the high heater. It's now 1-2. We do have one final. 3-2, the Rome Emperors over the Greensboro Grasshoppers. Next offering off the end of the bat, little squibbler that rolls towards the backstop padding. And then I have to imagine it's because Labor Day is tomorrow, so there's 3 night games on this Sunday in the SAL. 5:05 Hickory at Asheville, 5:35 Aberdeen at Wilmington. Another 1-2 on the way is a high pop-up, and this one gets into the seats once again. Zach Earhart refuses to go away from TJ Fontaine. 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, Brooklyn over Winston-Salem. Or Brooklyn at Winston-Salem. The Cyclones are 60 and 65, Dasher 57 and 68. 1-2 is a line drive, back picked on a hop by Barrios in the hole. Fires into the chest of Martinez. The 20-year-old picking it over there at short. Masterful he has been over this last month defensively, and there's out number 2. Brings up the catcher, Hudson White. High red socks to go with his gray uniform. First pitch. White takes it high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So far this afternoon, Hudson White is 0 for 2. Flew out to center back in the 2nd and had a strikeout in the 4th. That was one of the bigger strikeouts that Brody Hopkins picked up because White came up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ended up striking out. Here's the 1-0. White with a massive cut, but went right over the top of a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. And it's now 1-1. That is one of the hardest fastballs that you'll see from TJ Fontaine. He's consistently 91 to 92, but possibly towards the end of his outing, leaving it all out there. 1-1, 93 again on the swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been the bottom of the 6th inning that Bowling Green has been able to have their massive innings, it seems like. Fontaine trying to get him there. 1-2 is cut on a miss for strike 3. 94 in the radar gun that time from Fontaine. And he remains scoreless so far out of the bullpen. We head to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-1. Drive over the Hot Rods from Bowling Green Ballpark. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Couchins Insurance Group in Bowling Green if auto owners make sense for you.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
This is Jake Christensen, and you're listening to the Future Stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go from Bowling Green Ballpark, and the Hot Rods trail the Greenville Drive 3-1. Matthew Hargrove here alongside the voice of the Hot Rods, Riley Edwards. Their newest is a new pitcher on the mound for the Drive. It's the left-hander Jeremy Wu Yelland, 25-year-old who's making his second appearance out of the bullpen this week. And leading off against him, batting from the left side, is Colton Ledbetter. Wu Yelland has high red socks, red sleeves underneath his gray uniform. Here's the pitch out of the stretch. Ledbetter lifts this one to deep right field. Back goes Turner. He's at the warning track, and he makes the catch. And there is out number 1. He just missed that one.
He did, and that's his most common kind of miss spot there. Good swing by Ledbetter, but he puts that more towards the bullpen. It's got a chance, but that's not where it went. Just good contact. Just have to figure it out the next time.
So 1 pitch, 1 out. And now here's the cleanup man, Matt Horvath. Open stance from the right-handed batter's box. First pitch by the lefty. Low and inside. A pitcher's pitch that time. As Horvath thought it was a ball, he moved his hands in. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Wu Yelland from Seattle, Washington, born on June 24th. Pretty close to your and mine birthday. 0-1 is a slider. That one finds the strike zone as well. It's 0-2.
Kind of splits it. You're the 21st, I'm the 26th.
In the middle.
So.
Combination of me and you, I guess. Played his college ball at Hawaii. That must have been a heck of a time. 0-2 called strike 3 on the outer edge. So how about Jeremy Wu Yelland? You know, we already said how he has already pitched in this series. And he really struggled the last time that he was on the mound earlier this week. He let up a run over an inning and 2/3, allowed 3 hits. Now, he did have 3 strikeouts, but it's been a difficult season for Wu Yelland. He has a 6.44 ERA, but looks good right now. Lefty against Noah Meyer. Skies this one to center field. Barely having to move is Nelly Taylor. He really actually doesn't move and snags it on his right shoulder for out number 3. Well, hello and goodbye. That was a pretty quick inning. We head to the 7th. Drive still up 3-1 on the Hot Rods. We'll be right back from Bowling Green Ballpark. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100
From high
years
school
of
heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities.
And nothing takes better products and more accessible, flexible banking, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Be the team that champions community. First Bank. FDIC.
This is Nate Daly. Let's send it back to Riley Edwards on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
On to the seventh inning from Bowling Green Ballpark, and for the last three innings of the homestand, or for the home games here in 2024, here's the voice of the Hot Rods, Riley Edwards.
Thank you very much, Matthew. As TJ Fontaine is back on the bump. Here's Miguel Uguedo, the first pitch. This is popped up right side. Running after it is Martinez in foul territory next to the tarp. He leans and he makes the catch on the run. Heck of a catch by Raudelis Martinez, who ranged back and to his left to make it over his shoulder. And there is the first out here in the top of the seventh inning. Well, in between innings, we noticed that, I guess maybe part of the good luck charm here for Bowling Green was trying to get out. The praying mantis was on the outside of the window. We didn't want to lose him, so I brought him back in.
Yeah, for those of you listening, like he touched on, we have a rally praying mantis, apparently.
First pitch lands on the low and inside corner to Luis Ravello. Our man Ryan Reed, he loved that. I don't think he's listening today because he is here at the ballpark. He mentioned to us the other night that he was trying to catch as many home games as he could here at the end of the season as the 0-1. It's lined to the second baseman, Haas. He snags it for out number 2. Some fantastic defense for Bowling Green here at the top of the seventh inning.
Yeah, but we're hoping that he was just outside of the booth, and there's been a lot of success when he's been just hanging out inside, so we carefully brought him back into the booth and hoping that he'll bring some magic. He's just kind of standing still right now. I think he's a little freaked out.
Well, he's on your backpack.
Yeah, so
gotta make sure he doesn't get in there and get lost.
Be taking him home with me.
Here's the 0-1. It misses low and inside as Montero hops out of the way. It's 1 ball and no strikes. I'd like to point out, though, that we brought him in here and then 2 fantastic defensive plays were made. So
yeah, Martinez, that is tough, moving over by the tarp, and then Hunter Haas, a little OBJ almost on the snag.
Next pitch is waved on and missed. That makes it 1-1. So Fontaine getting ready. He comes set from the stretch. Knee-high pants, navy blue socks underneath. The 1-1. This is popped up shallow center field. Going back is Haas, but sprinting in is Bush. He waves everyone off and makes the catch. And just like we saw in the bottom of the 6th from Bowling Green, it's a quick inning with the bats for the Greenville drive here in the top of the 7th. It's time to stretch it out and see if Bowling Green can get anything going on the other side offensively. Right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Valley Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Valley Live app today.
This is Duncan Davitt, and this is your home for Bowling Green Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Welcome back here to Bowling Green Ballpark. There is a new pitcher on the mounds for the Greenville Drive here on this Sunday afternoon. After just one inning of Jeremy Wu Yellen, it will be the right-hander Cooper Adams, the 6'3", 205-pound pitcher who takes the mounds out of Potomac, Maryland. He will face Brock Jones, Cameron James, and Hunter Haas here in this inning. It's a 3-1 Greenville lead in the bottom of the 7th as we've already stretched it out here at Bowling Green Ballpark. And it's time for Bowling Green to get going offensively if they would like to clinch the playoff spot here at home. Here comes the first pitch. Jones takes it on the outside corner for a strike. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Misses low. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, do you need to take out your trash? Call Scott Waste Services for all your commercial and residential waste service needs. Scott Waste Services, keeping Bowling Green clean. The 1-1. Fastball misses outside. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike to Jones. Well, Jones in this game is 1 for 2, had a single and scored the only run of the game in the second inning, and then struck out swinging in the 4th as Adams comes set. The pitch. This is popped up foul behind home plate, evens it up 2-2. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove with you here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network today. As Adams comes ready. Red leather glove at his chest. The 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss, and a good changeup low and away that gets Jones swinging. There's a first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, Adams was kind of forgotten about just back on that Tuesday game because, you know, Dean came in for the drive and he really struggled. But Adams came in and finished off the game out of the bullpen, and overall he was really good. So this is a different opportunity where we get to watch him, where the drive have a close lead.
Comes the first pitch to Cameron James. Hard grounder towards third, picked up by Montero. Step and a throw across, chest high to Gonzalez. There's the second out of the 7th. So 2 away, nobody on for Hunter Haas with a 3-1 Greenville lead. First pitch to Haas, misses low on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball from Adams. That makes it 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom 7, 3-1 Greenville leads here on this Sunday afternoon. Haas today is 0 for 1, reached on an error in the second, but walked in the 5th. The 1-0. Misses outside to Haas. It's 2 balls and no strikes. This pitch is hit high in the air towards center field. Taylor shielding his eyes from the sun. He's underneath it. He can't find it, and it drops in center. Haas sprints to second. The throw is cut off by the shortstop Ravello. And Hunter Haas will have a double here. A sun ball gives him that double. There's not much more Taylor could do. He was fighting with the sun. And there's a runner on second base.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, that sun, especially for center fielders and left fielders here at Bowling Green Ballpark in these afternoon games. If there's no cloud coverage, then you're in a lot of trouble. And Taylor, it seemed like, was fighting it off all the way. And then at the last second, just couldn't get under it. And big break for Bowling Green as that goes down as a double for the Hot Rods. And now it brings up the potential tying run.
So here comes the first pitch to Rodellis Martinez, who takes a pitch outside at 95, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs, runner at second, bottom 7, and a 3-1 Bowling Green deficit. Greenville in charge here in the later innings. The 1-0 pitch. Martinez takes a fastball on the outer half at 95, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 offering. Martinez takes it below the zone at 86, and it's 2-1. So Bowling Green trying to make use of the 2-out mishap on the sun ball to center. Martinez with a well-placed single could score Haas from second. 2-1. Martinez lifts one in the air to center field. Taylor trotting back in the right center alley, and he will make the catch here for out number 3. So Bowling Green going to need to find at least 2 more runs, 3 to win it in the next 6 outs when we come back here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing's stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Rafael Valenzuela, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
For the second time today, there is a new pitcher on the mound for Bowling Green. It will be the left-hander Jackson Lancaster who takes over for the top of the 8th. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by the Mint Gaming Hall with 2 locations, Bowling Green near the mall and at Kentucky Downs off exit 2. Learn more at themintgaming.com. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network. Sunny Sunday afternoon here at the ballpark.
Well, Jackson Lancaster had a really rough start to his Hot Rods career, and he's really figured it out, though, here towards the later months. He has a 2.08 ERA out of the bullpen for the month of August.
First pitch to Justin Reamer misses high and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Last time that he allowed a run was against the Hickory Crawdads last week, but he's only allowed 2 runs for the entire month.
Here's a 1-0. Misses low and inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes now to Reamer.
But he really has gotten better and better each month, and obviously that's what you want to see in the development process. So he comes into June.
2-0. Reamer fouls it off to the backstop, and it's 2-1.
So he comes with the ball. Bowling Green Hot Rod starts with him in June, and no sugarcoating it, he just wasn't good. 12.86 ERA during that month. And then you flip over to July, a 3.86, and now the 2.08.
2-1. Lands on the outside corner at 85. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Reamer. He is certainly, along with a few other of the Hot Rods members of the bullpen, have really kind of developed as the season has gone on. So Reamer steps back in, lets the righty match up. So Lancaster comes set. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Misses low and inside, and Reamer will say it hit his back foot, and he will be awarded first base by the home plate umpire, Evan Anderson. So for the second time today, Reamer was hit by a pitch, and he's down at first base as a leadoff base runner. First pitch to Nelly Taylor just misses outside at 93. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Way even a miss. So Taylor evens up the count 1-1 on that swinging strike. It's a 3-run lead, and once again, it has been a slow offensive day for both teams. So we take a look at the Reed Locker hit counter. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Drive and 1 run on 3 hits for Bowling Green. The 1-1. Misses high and away, and it's 2-1 to Taylor. There was 1 run in the second for Bowling Green and 3 in the fourth, and that has been all of the scoring here this afternoon. Two-1. On the ground towards first base, this one sneaks through into right field. Reamer gets around second, he's going to third. The throw cut off at shortstop by Barrios. Reamer slides it head first safely. The single from Taylor puts runners on the corners with no outs.
Well, overall, the starting pitching, today has been really good. Brody Hopkins just had that one bad inning. It was the top of the fourth when he let up 3 runs. Other than that, he was really good. And then Yordani Monegro, overall, he was in the strike zone a ton, and there was just not a lot of pressure that Bowling Green was able to put on him.
First pitch is waved on and missed by Will Turner. It's no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 is chopping to shortstop, and this one gets under Barrios and into center field. Reamer trots home, and Taylor goes to third. And on the error, it's a 4-1 Greenville lead. So they almost had the ability to stop the runner at third base and try to get 1 out while keeping it a 2-run game, but instead it's a 4-1 Greenville lead, and the inning gets worse because there's still no outs. Here's a pitch. This is below the zone to Brian Gonzalez, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Gonzalez today 1 for 3. And a single in the 4th inning. Scored one of the 3 runs that Greenville scored in that inning as the next pitch is in the dirt. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Runner from first goes, and it will be an easy steal from Turner as he gets into second on a pump fake from James. So now with no outs in the inning, there's runners on second and third, and the infield will continue to play in. Two-one. Hard chopper over the head of Horvath and into left field. Taylor scores easily. Coming around from third is Turner. The throw coming home is on line. Tag not applied in time by James, and Turner slides in safely. So the RBI hit there from Gonzalez makes it a 6-1 lead for Greenville. So here comes Cameron James to have a talk with Jackson Lancaster, who was just trying to find the first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, this is tough. 6-1 in the way that Greenville has been pitching. They've been excellent. It's going to be a really tough one to come back from now. Bowling Green, they still have found ways to have massive innings, so even though it is 6-1, you still have some hope in this game.
First pitch to Zach Earhart. Misses above the zone at 85, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. It's the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Earhart in this game is 0 for 2. Look at what he's been able to do today. He walked in that big fourth inning, but fly out to center and a ground out to shortstop as the next pitch is fouled off into the netting behind home plate. And it's 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 offering from Lancaster. Misses below the zone. Still no outs. Runner at second. Bottom of the eighth inning, or excuse me, top of the eighth inning. And a 6-1 lead. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. This is fouled off behind home plate and fills it up. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This is lined towards Haas at second. He picks it up in the air. Throw to second. Barrios steps on the bag. And the bases are now clear. Second amazing play at second base by Hunter Haas. And boy, did Bowling Green really need that here in this inning.
Oh, desperately. They needed that play by Hunter Haas. And you're right, that's the second time that he has stolen away a base hit from one of these drive hitters. Defense has really been superb in this game, other than just the mistake by Barrios in this inning, because Barrios has made a couple of nice plays as well.
Pitch misses above the zone. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Hudson White, who's now hitting with 2 outs and the base is empty. And a 6-1 Greenville lead. Here's the 1-0. Chopping ball towards third base. Backhanded in the deep hole by Horvath. The throw to first. Picked out of the dirt by Martinez, but not in time. That was an extremely long throw for Mac Horvath, and it'll go down as a single. Not much you could really do on that play.
No, pretty much impossible. He had to throw that one from shallow left field in foul territory. I mean, that's a throw that feels like it's coming from the outfield home plate, that kind of distance sometimes.
Lancaster ready in the first pitch. It's the outside corner to Miguel Uguedo. And it's no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Chopping ball, second base. Picked up by Haas behind the bag, but he'll step on it to go the short way for out number 3. And Haas really helps out Jackson Lancaster here in this inning, playing a part in all 3 outs. But it is a 3-run top of the 8th for Greenville, and now there needs to be a lot done for Bowling Green moving forward. 6-1 Greenville ahead, bottom of the 8th coming up when we come back here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Baseball fans, the Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
We've got our man, the Rally Mantis, sitting front row here in the press box on the third base side because Bowling Green needs some help. It has been a good offensive game in terms of capitalizing for Greenville here today. 6 runs at 6-1, drive ahead. The first pitch to Barrios misses outside from the right-hander Cooper Adams. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove, Riley Mantis, all with you here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball just misses below the zone. It's 2 balls and no strikes. I don't think he was a big fan of me moving him. I'm not sure if he's staring at me or what's going on. Adams delivers a 2-0. Hits the bottom of the zone right at the knees, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I think he's just puzzled.
I think he's not sure what's going on right now.
I don't think he understands how big of a deal he is, or doesn't understand.
Yeah, he was waving his arms at me a minute ago. I don't think that was a good sign. Here's a 2-1. This is popped up first base side. Gonzalez gives it a look, but pulls off, and it gets towards the concourse. Makes it 2-2 on Barrios, who is 0 for 3 so far today. Everything has been in the air. A fly out to left, pop out to second, and a fly out to right.
Well, like we said in the top of the 8th inning when Bowling Green got down 6-1, it doesn't look good right now, but the Hot Rods have been able to put together a ton of big innings in this series.
2-2 misses well above the letters, and it fills it up to Barrios.
But starting this inning off potentially with the leadoff man on, one more pitch is a ball, and you have still the top of the lineup up, means a ton.
The pitch misses inside, and Barrios will work his way on to first base. So that is step number 1 here if Bowling Green wants to come back. They get a leadoff walk. So Adams comes set. Here's the first pitch to Homer Bush Jr. Fastball just misses inside. In this righty-on-righty matchup, it's 1 ball and no strikes. No outs, runner at first. Bottom of the 8th inning in a 6-1 Greenville lead. Pickoff attempt towards first, and Barrios in safely. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bush takes it inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So 6 balls to 2 strikes in this inning for Cooper Adams. His total today now sits at 20 pitches, and just 9 have been strikes. 2-0. Bush takes it high and in as he leans back. So it's 3 balls and no strikes in Bowling Green. I'm sure trying to be patient here in this inning and see what they can do. Homer Bush today is 1 for 3. Had a triple back in the 3rd inning, but was stranded at third base. Here comes a 3-0 pitch. The red light on for Homer Bush Jr. as it lands on the inside corner and makes it 3-1. Bush waves his bat towards center field. Gets into his widespread stance. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Misses high and in, and Bush will work another walk. So there's runners at first and second with no outs in the inning for Colton Ledbetter. Here comes Alex Reynolds, the assistant pitching coach for this Greenville Drive team. He will meet with Cooper Adams and Hudson White on top of the bump as Colton Ledbetter will get a few extra seconds to think about it in the left-handed batter's box.
even in this inning for Bowling Green, it's not like they have to, it's not like they have to get all of them back right here. If they can just find a way to make it going into the ninth where you have a save situation, get a couple runs, make it a 6-3, 6-4 game, as long as you're sitting pretty in the ninth inning.
Just can't leave yourself in a massive hole with 3 outs to go. Runners at first and second, no outs for Ledbetter at the plate. First pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Makes it 0-1.
Well, I like that take from Ledbetter. Knows or has seen the back-to-back walks and seemed like he was going to watch that slider. It was a good pitch, though.
Here's the 1-0. Grabs the outside corner again. Same pitch. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 is popped up and out of play. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that is 3 straight breaking pitches from Adams. Certainly a pitch that Ledbetter has struggled with.
The 0-2 fouled off to the backstop, and Ledbetter continues to stay alive.
Yeah, that's a great approach. 96, and he was a little bit behind it, but trying to shoot it the other way. And really nice battle right here from Ledbetter.
Adams is ready. He checks on Barrios at second. Here comes the pitch. Ledbetter takes it outside. So Barrios will head back to second, Bush to first, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Ledbetter. Trying to draw out a big at-bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-1, Greenville leads. The 1-2. Ledbetter takes it outside. Another good eye and a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that couldn't find the zone. And it's 2-2. Ledbetter's 0 for 3 today. A pair of strikeouts and then a long fly out to right field to the warning track. 2-2 pitch. Barrios takes off. This pitch is launched in the air to center field. Taylor's underneath it. He's looking for it, and he finds it in right center for out number 1. And Barrios and Bush get back to their bags safely. There's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, it looks like the change of that time from Cooper Adams, and it was a solid pitch. It was at the very bottom of the strike zone, too close to take for Ledbetter. He was out in front. And it was also a really good pitch because it was fastball slider dominantly in that at-bat. You still have a pitch to work with, and he goes with the changeup. That was just a really good decision there by Cooper Adams.
Here's the first pitch to Mac Horvath. Check swing foul ball on the right side. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Be a heck of a time for, I know it's going to sound cheesy, but another Mac attack, huh?
Cheesy or not, Hot Rods need it.
The 0-1, and instead a step off the back of the mound. Adams saw the attempt at the double steal and the fly ball from Ledbetter. Just trying to keep the runners in check. The 0-1 misses below the zone. Evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, runners on first and second. Bottom of the 8th inning, a 6-1 Greenville lead. This is the best scoring opportunity for Bowling Green since the 5th inning. They led off that inning with a pair of walks. The 1-1, wave and a miss. Bender that just went outside the zone makes it 1-2 on Horvath, and he'll take his timeout. But that 5th inning, Cameron James walked, Hunter Haas walked. Both those runners were left on first and second, so Bowling Green trying not to repeat history. The 1-2. This is popped up and gets out of play, so Horvath fights off the off speed and stays alive. The 1-2 misses outside, evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, regardless of how the inning has gone, there have been some good at-bats by Bowling Green hitters. Good at-bat by Ledbetter to work it where it was. Unfortunately for him, a fly-out. And same here for Matt Horvath. Adams fires. And Horvath goes down on strikes. Can't connect with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, and now there's 2 outs with runners still on first and second for the outfielder Noah Myers. That is the 8th strikeout of the day for Greenville pitching. There's a pitch. Myers takes it on the outside corner at 94. It's no balls and 1 strike. The 1-0 offering from Adams. Wave and a miss. Myers went at 86 below the zone. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bottom of the 8th inning, a 6-1 Greenville lead here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Myers digs back in the left-handed batter's box. Stretched out stance. Hands held high above the navy blue helmet. Adams releases the 0-2. Misses outside of the 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very clean look for Noah today. Knee-high pants with the navy and orange stirrup showing underneath. Haven't seen those many times this season. The 1-2. Waves and misses and a pitch in the dirt. And after getting the first 2 base runners out of the inning, Bowling Green fails to score in the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-1 Greenville leads. Bowling Green will have to do something with their final 3 outs if they want to clinch here at home. But for right now, Greenville is looking like they're going to end this series with a win here on this Sunday. But 1 more inning left to play when we return here on this Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment, neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number 1. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Winning just got closer.
Derek Eddington will take the mound here for the top of the 9th inning for Bowling Green. Needs to hold it where it is. They're trying to give his offense the best chance to get back in the bottom of the 9th inning, but it is a 6-1 Greenville lead here at the moment. Eddington has been one of the most solid pitchers out of the bullpen in the month of August. Now, maybe not as many outings as some of the other relievers, but he has been solid when he's been in. And, of course, this call to the bullpen is brought to you by the Mint Gaming Hall with 2 locations, Bowling Green near the mall, and at Kentucky Downs off exit 2. Learn more at themintgaming.com. First pitch misses outside on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball to Luis Ravello, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, we were talking about Eddington during the break on how his numbers are very similar to Lancaster.
The 1-0 is a weak pop-up left side of the infield. Matt Horvath is underneath it. Feet just in the outfield grass. He makes a catch for out number 1.
Like Lancaster, he joined the Hot Rods in June, really struggled, but here towards the end of the season, he has been terrific. So for Eddington, 11.05 ERA in the month of June, 5.14 in July, and then here in the month of August, or last month, I guess I should say now, a 1.29 ERA again.
First pitch is waved down and missed by Juan Montero. It's no balls and 1 strike. Well, he's got impressive stuff. The slider's been getting better as the season has gone on, but the fastball really sitting at mid to high 90s is what makes Eddington's stuff work. He's a tall guy. Can understand how he'd get that velocity behind it. Eddington stands at officially 6'8", 215 pounds. That's the 0-1. It's fouled off the front foot of Montero, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. I had fun earlier this week, the first time we saw Eddington explaining to the rest of the office what a Yooper was. We talked about this, didn't we?
I don't believe so.
The 0-2. Wade's on a miss, and Montero goes down on 3 pitches. There is an Atmos Energy bringing the gas strikeout for Derek Eddington. We didn't talk about this? Oh, we talked about it.
A Yooper?
Yes.
Might have talked, I don't think on air.
Okay.
I don't even remember.
Well, I definitely told you about it, but I'll let it slide this time.
Maybe you'll start talking about it and it'll jog my memory.
Well, Derek Eddington is from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan as the first pitch misses below the zone to Justin Reamer. The Upper Peninsula is called the UP. So, in turn, Derek Eddington is a Yooper.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
The 1-0 pitch lands on the low and away corner, makes it 1-1. Well, maybe you need to work on your memory.
I agree with you.
That was me and Kim Myers, our controller here at Bowling Green Ballpark.
Kim's great.
We're both from the state of Michigan. It's a 1-1, misses below the zone. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, someone said something in one of our group chats, I can't remember. Like they asked if, hey, is this a guy from the UP? And I said, excuse me, it's a Yooper. And Kim emphasized my message as the next pitch misses inside, and it's 3-1 to Reamer. I don't know. Lower Peninsula LP, I don't think we're loopers. That doesn't really work.
A looper?
Here's a 3-1 pitch. Grounder to second base, picked up by Haas. Stepping to throw to first, and Derek Eddington goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th inning. Bowling Green needs 5 runs to tie it, 6 to win when we come back. 3 outs remaining here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
Roger the Rally Ray is back in effect here today at Bowling Green Ballpark. In fact, this is the first time that we've seen him here in this series. And Bowling Green certainly needs him here on this Sunday afternoon. They need 5 runs to tie, 6 to win. It's a 6-1 Greenville Drive lead. As the day is over for Cooper Adams. And from the bullpen, they turn to Max Carlson. Second time they're seeing him in this series. But the right-hander takes over for the bottom of the 9th. Of course, all opposing pitching changes brought to you by Scott Waste Services. Do you need to take out your trash? Call Scott Waste Services for all your commercial and residential waste service needs. Scott Waste Services, keeping Bowling Green clean. So there's a lot that needs to happen in this inning. Bowling Green got the first 2 base runners on in the 8th, but couldn't do anything with it. And Brock Jones will lead it off. Jones, Cameron James, and Hunter Haas, the 3 that are scheduled to reach home plate here in this inning. Jones still looking for that home run that would make him the Bowling Green Hot Rod's home run king over his career, tied at the top with 2 others at 32. Here is the first pitch from Carlson. This a half swing from Jones, but he can't connect on the high 93-mile-per-hour fastball. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Carlson's ready. The 0-1. Wave and a miss. He went right back to the high heat with 95, and it's 0-2 on Jones. Here's the 0-2 offering from Carlson. Jones waves and misses at a 3rd consecutive high fastball, and there's the first out at the bottom of the 9th. Notice now 3 consecutive strikeouts between Cooper Adams and Max Carlson from the bullpen. This is easily the best day that we've seen for Greenville drive relief pitching. They're trying to close out their lone win in this series. First pitch, James takes a fastball outside at 93. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. So the first 4 pitches of this inning have yet to see anything other than the fastball from Carlson. James sets up, fairly straight up stance in the right-handed batter's box. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Misses below the zone, and it's 2-0 on James. Here comes a 2-0. This is line to left field. Sprinting back, and it's over his head. It bounces off the wall in front of Earhart. James will trot into second with a stand-up double. And Bowling Green has a runner in scoring position with 1 away in the 9th.
Well, Cameron James has made it really close over the last 2 nights when trying to extend his hitting streak, but over the last 2 nights in what looks like his final at-bats, he's been able to do it, and that is now a 7-game hitting streak for Cameron James.
He ended up getting a hit in the 8th inning of last night's game to extend it to 6. He gets a hit today in the 9th to make it 7. There's a nod from Carlson, and here's Hunter Haas, who's 1 for 2 today. First pitch. Catches the outside corner at 84. Looks like the first non-fastball we've seen this inning from Carlson. 1 out, runner at second, bottom of the 9th, a 6-1 Greenville drive lead. The pitch. This is fouled off behind the dish. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Haas fouls up another one to the backstop, keeps it 0-2. The 1-2. This is lines right over the second baseman, drops into center, and James will reach third safely on the Hunter Haas single. So Bowling Green has runners on the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th, and it brings up the 9-hitter Rodelis Martinez. Boy, that one just got over Justin Reamer at second base, and Haas has yet another multi-hit game here at the end of this season.
Yeah, he's been great, and that's now 8 hits over his last 12 games. This is by far the best stretch that he has performed offensively.
First pitch to Martinez. Misses low and in as he scoots out of the way, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out, runners on the corners. Bottom 9, 6-1 Greenville leads. James leads off third. Haas from first, and the 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the backstop on a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. It's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Just misses outside to Martinez. A close take, but it pays off for him. And it's 2-1. Carlson's ready. 2-1 pitch. That's a chopping ball fouled down the first baseline, evens up the count 2-2. Well, Martinez 0 for 3 today, but has put the bat on the ball every time. A couple of flyouts to center and also a line out to right. The 2-2. This is lost in foul territory down the third baseline. Montero makes the catch on the run and runs into the railing. And there is out number 2 here in the 9th. So Bowling Green, one more out to play with, and they still trail by 5 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 6-1 Greenville leads. Runners on the corners, 2 away, and it's the top of the lineup with Gregory Barrios, who is searching for his first hit today. 1 trip to the base paths, walked to lead off the 8th inning, but 0 for 3 overall. James steps off the third base bag. Here's the pitch. Barrios chopping ball towards second base. Reamer picks it up. The throw to first is in time, and that will end this game on this Sunday afternoon. So Bowling Green not able to get the job done here at Bowling Green Ballpark. And at the end of the day, you can't be too mad about winning 5 games out of a 6-game series, especially when it has so many playoff implications. But it is just kind of a bummer on this Sunday afternoon for Bowling Green fans that they weren't able to secure it. But the win does keep Greenville in this race for the most part moving forward. So Bowling Green will have to try to figure it out in Greensboro and try to capture their playoff clinching victory there when we go on the road. That series starting on Tuesday, a 6-game set with the Greensboro Grasshoppers. Once again, your final score, 6-1. 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Greenville, 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for Bowling Green. That does it for the game portion of this broadcast on this Sunday afternoon. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be Matthew Hargrove with the postgame show right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now. Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Welcome into the Bowling Green Hot Rods post-game show on the Hot Rods Baseball Network. Your final score on this Sunday afternoon, a 6-1 win for the Greenville Drive. So disappointing loss for the Hot Rods. If they won today, they would lock up a playoff spot. But at the very least, I'm sorry, guys. I got my wheel of my chair was on Riley's backpack. I apologize. Had to fix that for him. But anyways,